Greetings and salutations, earthlings and beyond. I'm William Kurk, and we're here with another episode of Synth Sounds Of, and today we're gonna ask the question, what happens when you take synthesizer guitar pedals, that is, guitar pedals that are meant to sound like synthesizers, and put them through a actual synthesizer? Let me just first start by saying that we as keyboard players have trolled guitar players for ages with our realistic guitar sounds from our keyboards, and it's only fitting that we return the favor. So one of the cool things about this particular setup is that you can not only explore and experiment with some new sounds, but if you're looking to consolidate sounds and go on the road, or maybe even have a efficient setup that could be useful for what you're doing, in this case, using a mini log, but if you have a keyboard that can send out an actual audio signal through these pedals, you can have this set up clearly for the wonderful price of something that is a lot cheaper than a motif or montage or a Kronos or something to that effect. So many options. You can have synth sounds, you can have organ, you can have keys and mellotron and things in between those things. So you can cross experiment those things and create another gender of synthesizer sound. What we're gonna do, we're gonna start with our tool, our weapon of choice, which is the Korg mini log. So right now, it's just set on a basic triangle. On the far left, at the very top, we have the C9 organ machine from Electro Harmonics. So now we're gonna turn this modulation on, see what happens. Click. What does click do? Yeah, it gives you a little percussion effect, just like an organ. I mean, almost like an organ. Number two. Okay, so you heard the sounds of the organ machine. However, I'm gonna demonstrate something very unique about this particular setup. So this is the organ sound as it is. And we're gonna crank our dry up a little bit. Now we have a little synthesizer and a little organ pedal happening at the same time. Right next to the C9 organ machine, on your right, is the Mel9 tape replay machine. Close your eyes and you're like, who is the orchestra coming through my system? It is the third setting on the Mel9, known as strings. I mean, The only thing missing is the tuxedo and the conductor, really. Uh-oh, I think we got a Batman soundtrack happening now. On the right of the Mellotron pedal, we have the Key9 electric piano machine from Electro Harmonics. All right, so last but not least, or maybe least, but just last, the moment of truth, the one that you all have come to see, the one that will convince you to turn over a new leaf into the world of guitar pedals that sound like synthesizers, the steel drums. Now that we've got our first row out the way, we're gonna move to the second row, which are the guitar pedals that are synth pedals that we're gonna use through a synthesizer and create our synthoplex. The Keeley Synth-1, made by Keeley Electronics. My friend here is going to join me in some synth testing escapades. This could be an additional oscillator or even an envelope. So you can add some flavor to it. Just for fun, I'm going to activate the male. And I'm gonna go to my high choir, because I like that one. Now, we're gonna jump ahead to the Electro Harmonics Mono Synth. Whoa! Out the gate. This one is called Unison. This is as synth as it gets. Lair. Welcome to my lair, my minions. You will become assailants of our new planet, and you will obey our laws or be sent to Pennsylvania. And last but not least is the Fooz analog fuzz synthesizer made by Seymour Duncan. And one of the things about this box is that it does not have a dry nor a blend option because it's basically just fuzz cabinet supreme. So, you know, you're just controlling the fuzz factor and some of the other options. We got some LFO things happening up top, so let's see what happens. So check this out. Magic. So in conclusion, we have our guitar pedals that sound like synthesizers running through a synthesizer, and we have so many possibilities with this. So I didn't even touch on many of the variations that could happen, but I basically went through each of the pedal boxes just to give you an idea of what they sound like. Some sounds you might want to use more than others, but ultimately, this is a very compact and efficient setup for those who are on the move or just don't want to spend a king's ransom on a high-end keyboard with all of these various sounds. So just to close it out, I'm going to do something that you've been waiting all this time for.